This is our official launch of the new IT ecosystem hosted by Asia Pacific Institute of Information Technology, known as APIT Sri Lanka. As an institution with the purpose to revolutionize education landscape and of course inspire love for learning, we as APIT Sri Lanka is taking this initiative today to connect you with industry partners and to connect you with the industry of information technology as you embark on this journey of higher education at the same time being skilled. As we make small steps to contribute to the development and positive hopes of the country, we will be celebrating the young adults who have excelled in their studies in information technology today, along with parents, dear teachers, and all the other distinguished guests. So let me warmly welcome all the students, achievers who are here today, and dear parents and guardians who are here today, and of course our distinguished guests who have joined us today for this celebration and for this official launch. Of course, to start with the proceedings, I now respectfully invite our chairman of APIT Sri Lanka, Mr. Bandule Godage, to address the gathering. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, Kaushali. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, my loving kids. It's a privilege to address you this gathering. Traditionally, I have to address the gathering first, therefore, I take my choice in this order. On our invitation, those who are present here, all the partners, Vatusa, JKH, Cameo, HCL, Orel, and Equity, all the guests, very warmly welcome as my duty, quite your busy schedule. And accompanying all our loving kids, the parents who are here. Once again, sir, thank you very much, madam. Thank you very much for your presence. And indeed, this is from your side. You want to share your experience and you want to grab something, what is happening in APIT. So this is how APIT has been working with your kid, guiding with your kid, and giving some teaching, learning, and other experiences for them to become the real professionals in their career, the future. As I said, it will ensure your graduation. But what is next after your graduation? Is it your employability that we ensure? You are sure that you will get the right employability at your choice. But more than that, it will give you right round experience to become a valuable personality for the society with values and respect. So, as a parent, what you expect beyond? I'm also a parent. I have a daughter. So, what is my expectation? What is my expectation? I know because the similar way that we expect, what should I expect from my organization, institutional organization where my kid participates. As a parent, I want to give the best education. As a parent, I want to give my kid for the right setting for the society. But all of you require your kids to be employed. So today, we are linking that bridge. You have experienced a bit the working surroundings, the environment. Today, with this launch, our basic ambition is to get connected with the industry in the right way, in a ceremonial way, I must say. So therefore, once again, to witness that important event that you are here, all the parents, thank you for being with us. And loving kids, those who are here in IT batch, I can reassure one thing, You have your very capable, loving teachers, and you need to really define what is teachers' love is. Teachers' love, teachers' affection is not that you are just passing exam. I request all the teachers which they are doing currently, give a little hard time for you all to learn. There is no free lunch. There is nothing called free lunch. Your teachers will be very firm. Those who are not adhering to the teacher's expectation. But that is why we have a brilliant teaching panel here with us. They give the best of their knowledge to mold you as the best professional. So it's a painful journey. So, but as a student, I can get into your shoes. You need to enjoy. You have to have your university life in the right, meaningful manner. But while putting your hard effort, maximum effort to become a right professional and the right personality to the world. So this is what EPIT expect you. So that your teachers will give you the curriculum. I'm not going to talk about the curriculum. This is the overall picture what EPIT expect. So dear parents, if your son come and tell you, or if your daughter come and tell you that the teacher is very firm, please ask what? Teacher is very firm on the education or submission of thesis or submission of module or submission of something. So please come back to us and say that it is tough. We want to be tougher for the benefit of our kids. This is how great educational organizations have their reputation in that way. We are keeping that such a difference very clearly. නොනවනි මහතුනි ආදරණීය දෙමව්පියනි ඇපිට් එකෙන් ලේසියෙන් ඩිග්‍රී නම් ගන්න බෑ. තමුන්නාස්ලාගේ දරුවන්ට හරි අධ්‍යාපනයක් තුලින් ගන්න ඩිග්‍රී තමයි ඇපිට් එකෙන් දෙන්නේ. ඒක තමුන්නාස්ලා සතුට වෙනවා. අධ්‍යාපනයේ පරිපූර්ණ බව අධ්‍යාපනයෙන් පසු එළඹෙන ජීවිතයේ උපාධිධාරීන්ගේ රැකියාව පිළිබඳ අපේක්ෂකත්වය ඒ ඕනටත් වඩා අවසාන වශයෙන් සමාජයට බිහි වෙන සාර්ව ධර්ම වලින් පිරි දරුවෙක් බිහි කිරීමේ පූර්ණ අභියෝගය ඇපිට් විසින් අපි බාර අරගෙන තිනවා. ඒ සඳහා කැපවුණු අතිදක්ෂ විශිෂ්ට ගුරු මණ්ඩලයක් අපි සතුටු තියෙනවා. අද තමුන්නාස්ලාගේ දරුවන් වෙනුවෙන් මේ පැමිණ සිටිනවා ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එක නියෝජනය කරන අපි ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි මහතුරු කීප දෙනෙක් මම නම් කිව්ව කලින් ඒ මහතුරු සූදානම් රැකියාවට සුදුසු දරුවන් ඒ අයගේ ආයතන වලට ලබා ගන්න. අපිට ඒ අවස්ථාව තිබෙන්නේ නැහැ කවදාවත්. So මේක එහාට මම කතා කරන්න යන්නේ නැහැ. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity for me to enter this valuable gathering. All of you very warmly welcome for this event. And those who have excelled their performances, who's getting all the certification here, I want to congratulate them for their performances. Taking that initiative, getting to the next step from EPIT, the next step, next level, wholeheartedly thank my colleague Dr. Rohanta Tuporala for bringing this initiative up to this level. Also thank my colleague, the board director, Mr. Roshani Kudagi, despite of this issue to be with us. So I think that's it. So thank you very much for patience hearing. Enjoy the day. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is our chairman of APIT Sri Lanka, Mr. Bandule Godage. Let me now invite Director and Head of School of Computing of APIT Sri Lanka, Dr. Rohanta Tuporala, to address the gathering.
Professor Said Rizwan Ali, thank you very much, Professor, for being online. He's joining us from Karachi. He's an industry consultant working as assistant professor, manager of Business Incubation Center at the Bardia University in Islamabad, Karachi campus. Saeed Rizwan Ali has over 16 years plus professional experience in startups, value creation, training and development, and teaching entrepreneurship. Faculty of development for anthropological skills, designing ERP. He has become international virtual judge at the Diamond Challenge through the Horn Entrepreneurship Center, University of Delaware in the USA since 2020. Currently associated with the executive board of the member of Pakistan US Alumni Network, one of the top IT plus technology experts in Pakistan. I met him, heard so much about him when I was in Karachi. And I said, thank you so much, Professor, for joining us online. Sorry for the delay that we took some time. Professor, over to you.
First of all, hi to all, and am I audible? And
Very clear. Thank you.
okay, very clear. It is possible that I can see the audience as well, because a few minutes before I've seen that, a few glimpses of that, because as you have mentioned that there are the students and as well as the faculty, they are hearing me.
Professor, you have all the top professionals from the top 6 IT companies here. HCL, the Virtuosas, the Equity, John Kills, Cambio. So, I mean, you got the best people here. You have the chairman of the Industrial Association of Sri Lanka, who's also the vice president of Nestle. You have one of the top 25 CEOs of Sri Lanka, who is also CEO of Commercial Credit. And then, of course, you have a focus student plus parents audience. So today, that's your audience. But when you come down to Sri Lanka on your boot camps, like what we had with Barry Lemon, you would maybe get exposed to the rest of the industry with SLASCOM members coming in as our key partner. So, sir, we are really honored to have you. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank you to the institute and especially the doctor. They just called me, and we are have the online session, and all the CS and the distinguished faculty, deans, professors, and especially for the students for the MBA, they are graduating here and they are final year students. So I'm here with them specifically because the CEOs knows what I'm trying to say later on. So I'm just going to start my presentation. So if it is, if you can see that, just please do let me know. So can you see the presentation? And if I do like that, so could you please let me know if you have seen the presentation?
Can we put it on full screen, Professor?
Well, I did it. Let me see again. Okay, it's on the full screen right now on the my mode. Okay, let me check. Let me stop it again and do it again. It's in the full screen, and let me share it again with the full screen. Okay, so can you see that? Is this full screen or is still the same one?
It's the same one.
Same one. I don't know. It should be.
Okay, hold on. One take. One take.
Okay, let me do it again. Okay, it's just there.
Hold on. I think it's from our end. We got to correct from our end. Hold on.
Okay.
If you could kindly share it, we will make it from our end.
Okay, I'm going to share it again with the full screen display, and if I change it, can you see it, or is still the same?
Can you put it on share mode?
Well, I did it. Yes, I did it. It's on the presentation mode, and yes, and I can see it here in my screen, but I'm not sure that in your screen. If I stop sharing, it's still just show me. I don't know why it's still showing me, but anyway, if I close this one and do it again.
No, you don't need to close it. Just share it and keep it steady. We will make it at our end.
Okay, okay. Fair enough, because I have closed, they share it, but it's still, I can see it's on your window. But anyway, we can start the session. In the meanwhile, you can sort it out because if it is a flight, fair enough. Otherwise, I can do it as well. So first of all, I just need to know that how many students are there that's sitting and listening to me. Okay, so now I'm back to my window. So I asked the question that how many students are here who is going to be graduated soon, or maybe they are into 4 or 6 semester.
They're in the final year. I mean, altogether, you might be having about 50, 60.
Okay, I've got your call as well. So you are calling me, might be.
Just send me your presentation. I can put it from one of my PCs.
Okay, so I just, okay, fine. I'm just sending to you over there.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I'm just attaching the presentation. So in the meanwhile, okay, so how many students right now? Is 5, 10, or more than that?
Over 50.
Okay, over 15. So, and they are going to graduate this year and after this year?
Maybe in the next 2 years.
Okay, the next 2 years. That's fair enough. Okay, so dear students, the first of all, if I'm going to ask you that, we can see the later on the slides. What do you understand exactly the mindset about? I know it's an entrepreneurial mindset, but to keep away from the entrepreneurial word, there's only a mind and a set. So any one of you, just please, in the brief, in the 2 minutes, in the while we can share the slides. So any one of you just stand up or sit down, you just tell us mind and the set. What do you understand or what exactly in your mind regarding the mindset? Any one of you, please.
We'll have the questions later on. So as at now, we'll first listen to your presentation.
Okay, so would you please start the presentation? So doctor, should I start now? Because while you are connecting the PowerPoint presentation, in the meanwhile, we can start session because normally I do my sessions. So if it is presentation, fair enough. Otherwise, I can do the session, all of the session without presentation. You know why? Because I'm asking that students, they just tell us in the meanwhile what is exactly in their mind, because it's very necessary to understand what they are thinking, what is exactly in their mind. Because first of all, we get to know that because there are so many CEOs and the Chamber of Commerce, I have heard that and people from the industry, they are sitting there, they know that the most important thing is this your mindset, because the entrepreneur thing, it comes up on the second way. The first, you need to understand what you wanted to do, why you wanted to do, why it's so important. The three W's, there is a combination on that. So doctor, just please do let me know. I'm waiting for your signal. If you say this, I can start my presentation, fair enough. And if you want to take a time to you that you can start presentation from there, that's fair enough. And just please do let me know.
Sure. So Professor, what we'll do is, let me just give you the synchronization. We're going to put your presentation up, and then you do your presentation, and after that, anybody can ask questions. So it will be one-way driven initially, and subsequently Q&A at the end. Is that okay?
Oh, that's fair enough. But if I wanted to, engage the students in between and in the start, so that would be great. Otherwise, it's up to you. I can do the one way, and we can do in the later way, because this presentation is especially designed for these students, that how they can change their mindset, which is a very important thing.
Okay, presentation is up now. You can
Okay.
start from
All
slide
right.
one.
Fine. Okay, so could you please go into the next slide, please?
Next slide, please.
Okay, next, please. Okay, so next, please, the agenda. Okay, because I'm supposed to start at 5 p.m. your time, now it's 5:30 over there. Anyway, so in this agenda, we have set the first refresher activities. What is a refresher? I will let you know. And afterward, the mind and the set, what I was talking about that. And afterward, the entrepreneurial mindset. And after that, the most important thing, how do you see, how do you perceive your failure or success? If it is not a failure, what could be the thing? And after doing that, there are so many personalities, as there are so many CEOs, executives are sitting here, so they have a mindset personality. And after the mindset personality, they do have the characteristics and the development of the mindsets. And after knowing that, once you get to know that what is the mindset, how you can make the mindset, and how you can do it, then you will understand what is value proposition, why it is important, what is the need for it, why you wanted to create value for, if you are dealing with any services or any product. And after doing that, there are the 10 SPs for the incubation mindset, or you can have your own company in your final year, or might be afterwards, or maybe later on if you will start to take your own initiatives. So what are the 10 basic pre-measurements that you can start your company, and then we can have the Q&A session. So the next slide, please. Okay, so everybody can see that it is like our mind. Yes or no? I didn't hear you. Yes or no?
Yes, we can.
Okay, because I just need to hear from the audience. I know it's an online session, but I just need to engage with them as well. So could you please tell the students, can you see, is it mind like this? Yes or no?
Yes, everybody can see.
Okay, and I just need to hear the answer as well. You can ask them as well. So this is the mind, a kind of like this, and this is the set. As I have said to you that mind set. Okay, this is the mind and the set. When you become like this, the mind and the set, it could be like this. It could be like this. Everybody can do this as well as to me, because I cannot see you. Only my picture come onto the screen. But can you do it like this? This is the mind, and this is a set. And when it becomes, it would be like this, a mindset like this. Can I see, doctor? Can you please move the camera to the audience as well? Can I see that? If they are doing that, the mind set, and this is a kind of a mindset, means strange things. Professor, is this possible? Otherwise, I can carry on.
I think you should carry on, sir.
Okay, fine, fair enough. Well, I try to engage the audience, but anyway, fair enough. It's okay. So let's go further on. This is the mindset, and this refresher activity will remind you the how the mind works and what is the set that you need to set your benchmark in your studies, in your future, in your company, in your employability, whatever it is, you need to set, and you need to synchronize with your mind, and it will become like this, a mindset. But what you need to do to make it align and make it worthy, we can see later on, right? The next piece. Okay, these are the some informations and the definitions, the bookish one you can go through, but it is very important that these are the activities and the outcomes that the entrepreneur mindset will draw the new opportunities, innovation, and the value creations. Because if you think like that, that you have to set some goals, you have a mind, and then you need to reach, then you need to find a problem. There are so many much definitions. You can Google it, because my perspective, entrepreneurship is by doing. Although you have a bookish knowledge, fair enough. There's so many theories, there's so many definitions on the Google, just type it, you can find it. But by doing, you will know that what is the pros and cons. And after that, the next please. Okay, there's another definition why I make it the red and green, because according to that definitions, not CPEDU, that entrepreneurship is a single most important factor that's make a break or a venture success. And according to the Andira, she said that it is an ability to success a deal with unknown. This is the problem, that we are going to have an ability, we have that kind of a such creativity, or you can say that you can perform any action to deal with the unknown, and with the limpage that you will be a vital, or you can say you can be the man, the top man of your company, that the company would say without him or her, company will never succeed. And it's always through connected with an experiment that you have to do, willing to experiment, because in entrepreneurial mindset, we have to deal with it, we have to face the fear, and when the fear comes, it is always connected to the failure. Like this, in this session might be many of the persons say we don't like it, the person whatever said, it's okay, we don't like it, it doesn't mean that I got failed, means it would be a different thing for me. So what would be willingness to the experiment, try new things, we can go further on, because it is directly connected with the mindset. The next piece. Okay, so in the life, as I've told you, that willing to experiment and the fear is always connected to your success. There's the two things you can see, that the failure and a success, we have been told since childhood either would be like this or this. If you are successful, would you like this? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay, and the failure, we use this kind of stuff that we are failed. Okay, so the next please, because there are the two things which we have been told that we are failed, and we have a kind of old method, try again until you get this success, otherwise you fail, and then you will be reached. There are so many definitions that it is a step. If you got fail, is a kind of the first step for your success failure. But this model replaced by, can you please the next please? Learning. When you replace, when you deleted the word in your mind that I'm not failed, it's my learning. It's my learning. So you will be on the successful stage or a learning stage. Means that you are learning, and if you do learning, you will have a mistake, you will have a failure, but it doesn't mean that this is the end of the life. Once you accept it, you are failed, then you are failed. Otherwise, nobody will make you fail because you are in the learning process. If you are in the learning process, you can see your life will be changed. Everything happening, you say, okay, it's my learning. I have got rectified this thing. I will not do it again, and it's a learning for me because I'm doing this session. Might be something happen. I said, okay, fair enough. It's my learning. I will try to do something next time better for the students, right? So you have to replace the word or delete, you can say, it's a failure. Always use the word learning because that word is the key of success and the mindset, and especially for the entrepreneurial mindset, you have to have this spirit because the mindset, it is your psychology. It depends on your psychology, right? Are you with me? Yes or no? Thank you. Next, please. Okay, so these are the personalities, but it's not that exact word because so many definitions, so many theories you can see, because these are the most, because I have seen on the different literature. So they say the first type of the person in an entrepreneur means that person that took initiative in a limited resources, or they are trying to solve a solution in a very limited amount, in limited resources, and they have to start. And afterwards, investors means those guys, they're also a kind of a mindset. They say we have a lot of money in the whole life, we have earned too much, now it's time to get something, so we have to invest someone and they will pay back to us, right? If you get to me, there are so many companies. You can say the Google have bought it. Initially was Google, it was just a search engine, AI based algorithm, and your name come up. I was talking about in 2001 or 2002, and afterwards you can see so many of companies, Google Map, Google thing is come under one umbrella. So if you wanted to be an entrepreneurial mindset in that way, yes, you can have that kind of a personality. And if you wanted to be a business owner, like here we have a CFO, CEOs. So if you want to do in that way, that's fair enough as well. And the last one, the CEOs. So it's up to you. So these are the personalities. There are so many other as well. So you need to choose this time. If you wanted to be an entrepreneurial one in the IT sector, because now in these days and after the COVID, you won't imagine the $1 billion of business come up with e-commerce. You can see everything was online. If you wanted to buy a single medicine, you just order it, it comes to your home. If you wanted to buy a vegetable, but now these days, the COVID is, I think is going, but still they just come up with the new ideas and the online systems, right? So it's up to you the what personality you're going to be. Okay, are you with me? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, next please. Okay, so these are the characteristics. If you selected the first characteristics of your ability to control a self-doubt means that you are able to have in your mind that if you have done some mistake, so you need to ability to rectify first, because sometimes we don't know, we are just giving our best and we thought that this is the best shot we have given into your life, but afterwards you realize that, oh no, what you have done, such a big mistake. But again, not a mistake, it's your learning. You on the learning stage, right? And after that, you have to be accountability about whatever the business do you have, whatever the employees do you have, that you need to work on that, how you're going to manage, because this is another characteristics in entrepreneurship mindset. And after that, the reliances that you are going to use that one. And again, the last thing is that you have to have will for the experiment, right? If you do the experiment, if you try new things happen. Like Thomas Edison, everybody knows that what he did at that time. Now we have like technology, electricity as that. because he tried at that time in the train, and you can see the things has changed. So need willing to experiment, willing to change a new things, right? Next, please. And how? This is the theory thing. The first thing, what is this? How are they? And now, how to develop. So if you need to develop, first you need to set a goal, especially for the students, that what you want to do, what is in your heart, what is in your heart. Why? Because you can do the best what you want it to be, what is in your heart. Like if I ask one of you, how many eyes do you have? Everybody said two? Yes or no? Straight away, yes or no? If I say, how many ears do you have? Two, right? Yes or no? So you need to clear your goals like this without any thinking. If I say I have two eyes, because I have two eyes, so you need to clear a goal like this in your future. If you wanted to go into programming, fair enough. Okay, if you wanted to choose a career in networking, fair enough, choose this. Now, these days, the blockchain, AI, machine learning, ML days, the people are interacting with it and they are changing again the dilemma, that the mindset, that reading your behaviors, and after that, your consumer behaviors, your buying behaviors, and then they will come up with a new solution. So first, what you need to do, you need to set your goals, right? And after doing that, you have to make be destructive your practices, that how you are doing. If it is fine, if it is a learning, it is a like a wheel, that you need to work on that. And after that, you need to redefine. If you have a learning, I'm not going to use the failure, I'm going to use the word of learning. And after today, you have to use the word learning, 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 no failure, nothing else. So after the learning, you need to redefine, okay, if it is not successful, fair enough. So what are the mistakes? Because as Albert Einstein said, if you goes with the 100 ways, the 99, if they are not workable, one is workable. But again, this is the way that you know the 99 are not workable and this one only works, right? And then always you have to fear your problems, things, because you have to face it. Once you're on the learning stage, you will never ever fear. You say, okay, if it is not workable, I will check it, I will rectify, I make it right and do it. And then once you do it in your life, you are able to do whatever you want. It doesn't mean that what semester you are. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. You can do it. I just give an example. I'm not going to publicize someone. One of the students, you can go and Google it and check. So he was in just fourth semester in computer science, right? In 2002, when I was studying in fourth semester, means second year. PayPal. Everybody knows PayPal, yes or no? PayPal. You know that the PayPal claims that if you rip off, if something goes happen on the internet, we will pay you off on the buyer or the seller side, yes or no? So he completely hacked PayPal in 2012. You can go and check in the Google as well. And he gave back voluntarily. Please, PayPal, you are claiming that you are going to give the money to everyone, but I have all the access. Please take it and fix your bug. I'm not lying. I'm not joking. One of my students, what happened? At that time, the PayPal straight away gave him honorary 10,000 US dollars as well as residency, and they say, come to America, join PayPal and join our. So I said, no, I want to do study here and I want to do something in my country. So I'm just not going to publicize anything, but I'm just trying to give an example. This is a phase of where you say, oh, this is such a big company. How we can do that? Oh no, we cannot do it. We cannot even work at it. It doesn't need that. You need to first fear. If you kill your fear by the use of learning again and again, I'm the learning stage, I'm the learning stage. I try experiment, as the person did. Abdul Rafi Baloch. You can Google it and you can find it. Then worldwide, he's quite famous in the ethical hacking and as a bounty hunter as well, right? So this thing, how it works. So these are the ways that you can develop entrepreneurial skills. First, you need to set a goal, right? Goal means that I have to do this thing at that day, this time. If it is fine, okay, you can clear your goals again. Then you have to practice it. If you have failed, if you got any learning, you say, fair enough, I need to rethink and I need to redefine that. I have to do more practice to refine my learning. And after that, never afraid of failure. There's a special quote, maybe you have listened, there's a song as well. What doesn't kill you? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. It's a special quote, and you can see there's a song on that, the quote as well. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. This is the most important thing. The CEOs are here, the different companies are, they know the phase, because in the industry, there is a kind of salt on your head that you have to do the work in the times, you have to compete it. Otherwise, you will successful. Otherwise, you will be gone from the industry, gone from the everywhere on the internet, right? Okay, so the next please. Okay, so value creation is the process, or you can say it's giving something valuable to your customer, your employees, or you can say your owners. Business success always comes from the value creation from the owners, customers, and the employee, and it builds or destroyed through your businesses. Like as you have seen, there's a model that in that model, the value to the owners, value to the customers, value to the employees, and all they are connected and make a pyramid. That is your business success. That what you are giving to your owners, right? What you are giving to the employees in terms of incentives, in terms of good pays, in terms of anything, and what you are giving to the customer, because the human psyche, wherever you go in the world, everybody has the mindset for that. I need to buy this bottle cheaper and a very good quality. Yes or no? This is the human psyche all over the world. Wherever you go, the USA, Canada, UK, wherever you go, you can find that mentality. So all these things all together are going to create value. And the value has to be in the form of services. Like if you wanted to start an app, as you know, the Uber, right? What was it before? It's just an app. It's just an app. The people they are using, they don't have a user offices at that time, no customer service. Yes or no? What was it? It's just an app. It's just a software installed on the mobile and the Google, and that's it. But you can see now it's a multinational company. Yes or no? What they create? Value. Value means that they give to the services, means the problem. The problem means what? Whatever you have seen, this is Steve Jobs' words. Somebody asked in the interview, you can Google it and you can find, ask him that how you were doing such a wonderful thing and the tremendous thing. How? He said, I didn't do anything. This is just a comprised word that he said, I just only watch the human frustration. And I try to overcome that frustration, and these things become innovation over the world, right? So the value creation is that either you have make just a mobile services or any product. If you are giving value to your customers, value to your employees, or value tier owners, or in other words, you can say the value proposition who would buy in the cheapest and the best way. Remember, the cheapest and the best way that everybody would buy, and that you can create in value. Like you can say Uber, so many cars, people's driving by own, they have own cars. In the Pakistan, few years back when the Uber came, you won't imagine there was a small car like 600 cc, because you know the petrol consumption. The people buy so much, they import it, and those cars used to be 0.6 million like 5 years back. You can't imagine same car now on these days is 1.8 million PKR rupees, because the price has changed, because the people would buying so much, because that car is only 600 cc, so the consumption is very low, right? So they just make the people, they're more drivers, unemployability, due to that employability goes higher, the people would hire, and now they have the customer services, they have the offices now these days. So I'm just giving you an example that how you can create a value with a few things. Like the Facebook used to be, have you seen that? You can see the movie called Social Network. You can go and watch. There is a whole history. Steve Jobs, the movie named Jobs as well. You can go and check the history, that how he worked, how he just thrown away from his own business, and he just make a new next MIT company, and then the world have a new thing like 3D animation, right? So that's the value that you are create, and it is the important thing which can build or destroy your business, right? Are you with me? Yes or no? Okay,
Yes.
next please. Okay, so why it is important? You can see that there is a money flower. I know it's not money overgrows on the flower, but it is kind of a flower that you are giving the water and it grows up. Means you need to set apart from your competition and the long-term customers being distracted, means that your brand is your and your solution. Without creating a value, your business, your uniqueness, whatever you are offering, just commodify, and these in the eyes of your target market. Are you with me? That's why the value creation is so important. Are you with me? Yes or no?
Yes.
Next, please. Okay, so there are so many charts here that if you wanted to create a value, what you need to do, you need to first, what you can do it and what you can achieve from my company. So these are the so many practices going on, and there are so many charts, so many formulas you can find out. So these are the way that you need to do it, right? Okay, and afterwards, there is I think there's a phone on the doctor, so I have to take a phone. But anyway, we can start a session and him just message him. He say wants to say something. He said, message please. Okay, students, so it's about to end now because I have a 10 SPs as well, because in just 2 minutes, we have to finish. The next slide, please. Okay, these are the 10 steps that you need to start your own company as well as your incubation, or what you can say. The next slide, please. Next, please. Next, please. Okay, next, please. Means first you need to start your company name. Normally the people, they would think that after the graduation we will do it, but it's up to you. You can start your company and it's not too much. You can start your company. This is the website. I know it's not the government one, but these are the websites available in the Sri Lanka. You can go and you can type it down, and you can use your company as well, either private or sole, means for your initiative. Next, please. And the second step that next, please. And the third step, next, please. Next, please. Whenever you are going to start it, you need to have a three thing source of funding. Either your pocket, if you say we have to start to certain like 1,000, okay, fair enough, 2,000 up to your pocket, because it is the most important thing that you have to be calculated risk. This is the most important thing. Otherwise, you have funding from other sources, investment, banks, VCs, fair enough. Next, please. Next, please. Okay, the selection of the founders and co-founders and your team member is a very important thing, because due to the time limitation. Next, please. And the fourth step is that you need to pay a little bit, but have the employees, because sometimes the people might think, okay, he's my friend, he will do it, in the friendship. It is okay, but you have to pay a little bit, because it's an important thing. Next, please. Next, please. Don't be a superhuman. I can do everything. I can do everything. It's not like that. You have to have a separate person if you're IT background. So you have to do the software and the development work. But if you have to have a business background, that they can assess your assets, they can assess your business model. So you have to have these kind of person. Next, please. You must have your own domain, that you need to have a Facebook page, Instagram page, and if you can afford your website, that would be great. Next, please. And must use social media platform. Not these days, especially after COVID, digital marketing is on the top. Wherever you go in the whole world, wherever you go in the whole world, big companies, giants, they are focusing on the digital marketing. So you need to have your social media platform. Next, please. Next. Honesty policy. You have to be very honest, because when you are doing a business, you know the tactics, you know, if you wanted to rip off, sometime it happens, but you bought it, it was not on the quality measures, and then you say, okay, fair enough, this is not our policy, and then according to company policy, no, it's not like that. Always be honest if you wanted to be a successful. I know it's very hard not to crack, but always please be honest. Next, please. And the last thing is that the most important thing, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. I can do it. So please, can you say together, believe in yourself?
Yes,
I can do it.
I can do it.
I can.
Yes. Thank you. Next, please. And the Q&A session starts now. These are the 10 SPs. When you start your own company, IT company, business company, consultant company. So these are the things. Next, please, for the Q&A.
Thank you very much, Professor. Brilliant. I mean, my mind just went during pandemic, where we just set up a small house and we started a company where we distribute medicines, and we call the company QuickMed. And today the company does about 10 million every month. So when you went through those steps, I mean, we are not techie giants or something small company, but it's right. I mean, right now there are two large companies wanting to buy us. So, I mean, thank you so much. It was brilliant, very well executed, and I think the kids over there, I never expected, Professor, for you to do this. I thought you come and give an oration, but you basically told them, why are you working for other people when you can start your own company?
Yes, that's true.
Shall I give a round of applause to Professor? I think it's the best speech that I've, and the best address you can give right now, Professor, because things are a little bit rough, and a lot of people are starting their own companies, and you very beautifully explained how to set up the 10 steps to set up your own company. Any questions from anybody? I really like your idea of how you get the funder, and then after you have to make sure you have the correct people, and your triangle, employees must get paid, your owner must get money, and the customer must have the value, and that's the value creation. that you talked about. So we really love you to come to Sri Lanka and do your 5-day or 7-day boot camp. So Shiranas will organize the travel for you, just like what we did with Barry Lemon. And we will organize that together with /com. We are really honored, Professor. Thank you very much. Ladies and
All right,
gentlemen,
thank you
can
very
we
much.
stop
Thank
for
you,
applause for
everyone.
Professor?
Okay, thank you.